The Dow Jones Industrial Average is starting the new week at another record high. All the major indexes have made significant gains this year. The latest job numbers show hiring has been stronger than expected, but many people are still having trouble finding work, especially veterans. Goldman Sachs is one of several investment banks that are helping vets. Gary Cohn is the president and chief operating officer of Goldman Sachs. We're pleased to have him here. Welcome.
Thank you, Charlie. Great to be here.
Okay, give us an overview you have in terms of how the economy is doing. How's it doing on Wall Street, how market's doing, but is it also good for the unemployment?
The economy right now is mixed. The fundamental underlying economy is actually better than people think. If you look at consumer balance sheets, they're in pretty good shape. You look at corporate balance sheets, they're in excellent shape. You look at the cost of energy in the United States, we've got a huge competitive advantage vis-a-vis the rest of the world. So you look at those basic fundamentals and you say, economically, we're in relatively good shape in the United States. The problem is no one has confidence. Consumers don't have confidence, corporates don't have confidence, and confidence is what drives the economy.
So why don't they have confidence?
They don't have confidence because they're not sure of what the future is going to bring.
Let me ask you about the front page of the Wall Street Journal today, because it says that stocks have regained broad appeal and that mom and pop investors are back, but that could be a cause for concern. Why would that be a cause for concern if average investors are back in the market, feel confident?
I don't think it's a cause for concern.
Yeah.
I think what they're trying to say there is the last time that we saw a huge retail inflow into the market went through a fairly major correction, and people are always concerned that the retail environment gets into the market at the wrong time. I personally believe that the equity market is the right place to believe because the alternatives for your money today are really inferior to the equity market.
So on this Veterans Day, let's talk about your program, if you don't mind.
I'd love to talk about veterans.
Because what I was reading is that the veteran population and unemployment is 3% higher than the general population. And you all are on the front lines trying to change that with veterans. How so?
We are. And not only is it 3% higher, if you look at the veteran category of 20 to 24-year-olds, the unemployment rate in that category is well into the 20%. That's a group that we tend to hire a lot of people out of. There are over 1 million veterans returning to the United States over the next 4 years. 250,000 veterans are returning home to America in 2014 alone. We at Goldman Sachs, and the financial industry as a whole, we are large hires of young, talented individuals. We believe that these returning veterans actually have many of the talents that we are looking for on Wall Street. They're goal-oriented, they're team-oriented. Many of them have language skills. They've lived abroad. They have managerial skills, and they've been exposed to these opportunities at very young ages. These are assets that we really look towards.
What are you hiring them to do, Gary?
We're hiring them for every opportunity we have at Goldman Sachs. And all of our other competitors are hiring them for the exact same opportunities. They can come into any of our analyst programs. They can come into any of our sales programs. They can come into our private wealth programs. They can come into our asset management programs. They can come into our infrastructure programs. They have a lot of unique talents. If someone's been in the military and they've been a programmer and they've been in their technology space, we're going to probably hire them into our technology space. If they've been in intelligence, we'll probably hire them into our business intelligence groups. We can leverage upon the knowledge and information they have been able to gather while being in the military.
So, Gary, if there is a veteran who is watching today, or if their mother or father or grandma or grandpa is watching today and says, my son is going to be transitioning out of the military in the next year or two, and I want him to be able to apply for a job like this or others, where do they find that information?
Call
Gary Cohn.
We're going to post it.
Your phone number is?
They can, but there's something even more effective than that called the Goldman Sachs website. So we have a program, we call the VIP program, which is our Veterans Integration Program. This 2014 will be year 3 of our Veterans Integration Program. We're opening up the sign up for our program today. This is a program that we've had spectacular success with. We've had only over 90% conversion rate from people in the program to full-time jobs at Goldman Sachs. Okay. I would suggest that they go on our website today, they sign up for the program, they get involved in the interview process. Hopefully they get a spot where we put them through an 8-week rigorous program. We match them with an existing veteran within Goldman Sachs, of which which we have over 1,400 veterans already in Goldman Sachs. And then we mentor them through a short 8-week program, and we try and convert them to full-time employees.
And I think they get extra attention if they say, I was watching CBS This Morning, I saw Gary Cohn, and he said, get in touch.
Yeah.
Gary Cohn, nice to see you.
Great for being here.
Great to
Thanks.
have you here.
Thank you.